POP3S SMTPS, ISA4220 mgrant25, discussion 3. POP3S is a service. Post Office Protocols is what it stands for. The 3 is for version 3. As for security, as always, it runs over port 995, which is a TCP port using SSL protocol, which runs over the application layer. POP3, without the S, exchanges all information in clear text, which is your username and password when it's sent to the mail server. The S is put on using SSL certificate to allow an exchange to happen to encrypt the data over the network. So it helps in a man-in-the-middle attack, but it's not completely secure. If a person wants to crack the encryption, they can through right devices, tools. It is recommended that you use an SSL during POP. Like I said, it allows information to be secured through transit. POP3S, like I said, is a service. In this specific environment, Linux and Ubuntu, we're using the application Dovecot, which is an open source server for Linux. POP3S is a mail delivery agent used to contact the server to receive emails. So it doesn't send emails from the service. It only receives emails, meaning you log on, the client logs on to a server and downloads their emails. This is ideal for one device. So if a user is only using one computer or one laptop or one tablet, and they want to keep all their mail on one device, this is an ideal format. The pros and cons of it are, once you log on from a different device, that mail will not be there anymore, because it is deleted from the server. Ideally, it's deleted from the server once it's downloaded. There are options where you can configure it so that it's not deleted from the server, but that defeats the purpose of the service. Very simple to download, apt-get dovecot-pop3d. You also, of course, have to configure the firewall to allow it to go through, to allow mail traffic to go through on that port. If not, you won't be able to receive mail because it'll continuously block it. Some of the hardening tools used to harden this service would be to demand an SSL capable machine on the other end, meaning that there has to be a handshake first before the mail is released. If not, anybody can just download your mail with your username and password, of course. There is third-party certificates that can be used, or you can set up a situation where both parties use a third-party trusted agent as a secure trusted agent, so that when you do download your mail, both parties understand where their certificate is coming from. Self-signed certs are not as frequent as they used to be. SMTPS is another service used in this course. We are using, it stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. That's for security again. It runs off port 465, which uses the SSL certificate. It can also run off port 587, which uses a TLS transport layer certificate. It is the acronym stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Some people like to use the acronym sending mail to people because SMTPS is used to send mail, as POP3 was used to receive mail. SMTP is used to send mail. Um, so the application we're using on our Linux boxes, specifically Ubuntu 18.04, we're using the application Postfix, which is another Linux-based application. Apt-get install Postfix. It's pretty simple to install. The files are located in etc/postfix, specifically the main.cf file, which you go in and you would change your host name, you would do your hardening techniques, which are changing the host name, the destination IPs, the relay hosts, same things that you would do in IIS, you can do in this application. It requires slight configuration. Most of it comes set up already. As I said before, you go in the firewall and you have to specifically turn these ports on, port 465, to allow it to communicate securely while sending messages out. Sources include Ubuntu documentation and Microsoft documentation is both found at these web addresses. They supply basic configuration. SMTPS for in this setting is IIS, which is a Windows-based application. You can use it on Windows Server 2019. During installation, though, you will have to use IIS6, which is a legacy service when going through install that allows you to drill down into the service and actually pick this one. You can use, if you want to use the S, which is secure portion, use the SSL configuration, which you assign a cert to it. You also have to configure the firewall to allow it to work. Initially, when you download it, it automatically turns on port 25 to listen, but you have to go in and actually create a rule on port 465 in order for it to send. Some of the hardening techniques for it, you can configure a relay server. You can require authentication once you log on to the service, which is you can use attach it to an account that you have in Active Directory, or you can set an admin account for specifically for that user and that task. Another hardening technique that would be ideal would be to restrict the IP address to the mail server, which means that it will only respond to specific IP addresses that you set in. That's just a hardening technique that you would use to make it more secure than it already is.